He needs levels. He needs at least level 3 until he starts doing any damage. They're starting up with a quelling blade on Carlo. What's he gonna do with the quelling blade?
Sprout.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. You have dive, but yeah,
You should
of
have
course.
5 quelling blades, right? We've got
Tims doesn't have
Arlo,
one.
Raven, Gabby. Okay, Tims and Techie. Tims and Quap don't need it. Quap especially does not need a quelling blade in mid, so they're coming
Yeah.
prepared against this Furion.
Yeah, it's smart, right? Like, I'm just thinking in the laning stage you have tangos anyway. Do you need a quelling blade straight up? I usually wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh, Castaway. Smoke's gonna pop. Is he asleep here? Will be able to walk out just in time before Gabby or Abed get the jump on the Nature's Prophet. Luckily, he was standing on a good position, but it looked for a second his smoke pop and he's still standing there like they could actually catch him. A mine
yeah,
explodes.
he was chilling a bit. Tim's checking for the observer wards. No vision. That's a lot of tips.
That's a lot of tips for sure, yeah. CDR and Ken trading tips at least.
that's a very friendly team tipping each other.
But here we go, ladies and gents. It is the first game of the day in our morning shift with the Southeast Asian semi-final round. Neon Esports Blacklist International / Rivalry. The old name. I guess Rivalry was the sponsor, so it's just Blacklist International these days. Gabby is already there to block the creep wave a little bit in the bottom lane, so maybe they could get the creep wave a bit closer. It might actually go all the way under the tower. Yep, it does. So it's a worth block. At least this lane is slowly the lane tranquility, like we like to call it, is gonna slightly go in Blacklist's favor after this first wave.
Was equilibrium the
Equilibrium,
word
sorry, that's
Yeah.
the one, not tranquility.
Okay.
Equilibrium. They're so
It's very
close to
This lane is very tranquil. It's very calming.
not for
very-
long.
You know, tranquility is one of the fancy words I learned first because of Warcraft. Like, it used to be the ultimate of Lashrak in Warcraft 3.
Mm.
Keeper of the Grove.
Keeper of the Grove, indeed. Nice little heal. Raven popping up the bottle, or the concoction in the top lane. They are targeting the Mars with a bit of poke. They're still level 1 on both sides. You do get Acid Spray fairly soon on the Alchemist. And you also have Phoenix with the Icarus Dive. That's usually a strong level 2, if you can get it first and just go. And Raven's gonna go for the attempt again.
He's just spamming.
Oh, he's just spamming it, actually. Never mind.
You wanna,
Sorry, Scurv.
Yeah, you want to keep them on their toes. You want to trade a little bit. You don't want to get hit by them and do nothing about it, because they're just going to waste their cooldowns constantly until you're low enough that you can't go into the lane anymore. So
Yeah.
gotta hit some people. I keep on telling this to many players as well. You can't just. It doesn't matter that they're stronger. You can't let them hit you without hitting back.
Yeah, you gotta get the HP trade-off going in your favor, and you also look for heroes that are capable of doing that in the laning stage. If you're not able to trade back, it's you're slowly but surely gonna lose the lane. At least if it's your original plan that your safe lane, your pos 5 isn't able to trade, then your carry's gonna leave at level 3. Vice versa for the off lane as well. Raven. He's down to half HP while they're all fighting in the bottom lane. They're looking for Castaway. The blast-off's there. The first blood secured. And it goes for Blacklist International.
Yeah, nicely done by them. This is a kill combo. Like, Techies and Magnus is just... in every patch it's good no matter what. Since this hero got added, Techies Magnus was played. You know, if nothing else, you can always skewer into the mines. Doesn't work the same at the moment, but you mentioned skewering into blast off. Like, there's not a lot of heroes that can deal with that even. You just get disabled into a stun, so
Yep. And even like the top teams, they practice that combo so that they can do it in a quick situation where you skewer and Techies just basically blasts off on top of himself because the mag's gonna bring it to you. So that's a lot of gap closing. Techies doesn't need to be next to Magnus for things to work. He can be further away. So that allows you like that 1 extra, maybe 2 extra seconds of gap closing. While Bombi is not in a very fun place right now. Raven and Carlo looking for the second kill here. He is trying to get away with the Arctic Burn. And thanks to the heal, he's able to escape as well back to safety. He will be out of the lane for a bit.
At least mid is dead. Ken is gone.
Oh, Ken.
Yeah, it's not an easy lane for him.
Not at all.
The only problem is, like, this is a lane in which, I mean, you probably shouldn't die, you know? You should get pressured, you should have, like, a disadvantage on your CS board for sure, but at the same time, maybe you shouldn't be dying. But nice rotation by Techies, and now on bottom lane. Tries again.
Yeah, bit of poking back and forth. Let me just keep an eye open on this top lane, because there's a kill opportunity arising here with Bombi dropping fairly low. The spear comes out, but the concoction will connect. However, that is physical damage. So this Wyvern counters with that with the cold embrace. Takes 0 damage. There comes Castaway with the teleport rotation as well, and maybe they can punish this Alk with no mana to fight back. A couple more hits. JG, will he land the spear? He's actually going to let him go. They will lose Castaway as Carlo gets a trade-off kill. Carlo's courier does die to Bombi though, but can he get Bombi down? No, JG will intervene.
Nicely done to take Cold Embrace. It's an interesting build on Wyvern, by the way. Bombi is a level 30 Wyvern, so I completely have faith in what this guy is doing. Bottom lane, they TP in, but nothing's gonna happen here.
I mean, he's really dealing with physical damage in the top lane. Maybe the Phoenix is a bit of an addition, but most of that is Acid Spray, the high right-click damage from Alchemist, and of course the Phoenix when you've got minus armor on top of you. And since they noticed the concoction spam, they're like, well, I'm just going to use heal. Meanwhile, Ken going to get hit by the Sonic Wave in the mid lane with Carlo there as well. Ken will drop, but he gets a kill on Carlo before he dies, so at least he's not left without the experience. But that level 6 pushed back again.
I would say that's even worth it for him, because at this point you're just beating a dead horse, and if he gets a kill on a support that's almost as high as level as he is, he gets a lot out of it for the solo kill. If nothing else, the experience. But yeah, but exactly. But when it comes to like the Wyvern, I wasn't really that shocked by the cold embrace.
No, Gabby. He's really extending his limits here in this bottom lane, and they get a kill for CDR. Abed, he does not have his ulti, he doesn't have a mana really, and Tims is going to drop. The blast off will connect on Castaway, and they've got Ken here as well, who just respawned, rotated to this bottom lane for some kills. Gets a piece of that action.
Yeah, Abed just needed someone. He needed anyone to join in, but Phoenix is already mid, getting experience instead, doesn't have a TP, couldn't really help out. We'll get his bottle won't be refilled even. Oh, it will. Never mind. Yeah, what's interesting to me about this Bombi Winter Wyvern was level 2 Arctic Burn this early on, you know, on a position 4. He is going into like 2 bracers and stuff, so that's kind of cool. Like level 3 even Arctic Burn now. Like I'm not sure if this is usually still not what I see, so it's a cool twist. He has 9 seconds flight duration.
Bombi's gonna transition into a right-click Wyvern at some point of this game.
It definitely looks that way, yeah, like he wants to.
He's going for the double bracer. He's already got one, building the second one here. Goes for the rotation behind. Abed quickly blinks out. He's in out of harm's way. There's Tims and Carlo, though, applying a bit of pressure here on Castaway and Ken. You've got 3 heroes in the mid lane. JG can happily solo the lane, so does Raven on this Alchemist. So the supports are now moving all about and around the map. Gabby needs level 6, by the way, on this mag. Because they're pressuring mid this whole time, and you don't have RP to turn things around with. It's Tims doing all the heavy lifting. Abed is low. And Ken's going to go for the dive here. Does get the connection for the first stun. Gets the second one. Looking for a third. Should be able to get it. Does he have the damage to finish him off? The swashbuckle in 1 second should finish the job. Wants to hit both of them. Oh, he lets Tims jump away. He's holding on to that swashbuckle for the, you know, the absolute longest and doesn't even drop it at all. So he's going to teleport away. They trade 1 for 1.
Yeah, he was worried that there were two things. Like he possibly tried to line it up together with Quap and Techies, right, for some maximum efficiency. But also, like, there is one way Techies lives there if you swashbuckle and you miss him, right? So just hitting him there is probably the safest option.
Yeah.
Crazy fight for them, but they needed to answer on the side of Blacklist.
Now they're rotating top. You've got a smoking coming out as well. They got the arena placed down. Raven going to be surprised. The Alchemist, no ulti. He actually gets it off and he's regenerating, but the bonk hits at max range. Mars will get the kill on Raven. Abed hammering away. Tims with a jump onto the Mars. Mars is going to fall. Tims is dropping low on HP and isolated, but a nice 3-man taser disarm will buy some time for Carlo and Abed to get out of there as he will drop. So it's a 1 for 2 trade. Alk dying first. It's a good pick for Neon. They're really showing a lot of promise here in these early game engagements.
Like Bombi going in. Dude, I actually am not surprised anymore now that I see, like, Bombi in every team that I watched, he kind of carried from 4. Like, he has these kind of heroes like Ench, I remember just doing. My brain in the last 5 years became like a library of random players and what they do and how they like to play the game, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not random. He's playing in a tier 1 team from SEA tier 1 team at least, but it's crazy how I remember certain games, you know? I just remember a game and how he
collective memory.
Yeah, just a lot of useless information in this in this head of mine. By the way, Snare is saying, "Oh, say hi to Castaway. He's a brother of mine and a very nice guy from South Africa. Very nice guy," he says. He loves him. Cool.
I mean, Snare is already the embodiment of niceness. Like, you gotta have, like, if there's some person in the Dota scene or the talent scene who is an absolute gem, you gotta talk about Snare. So he's just glorifying the SA people. Meanwhile, Gabby, he's caught one of his brethren. Castaway is able to TP out, and if Mars is able to get away too, if he is, there's no tower though, so it looks like JG will eventually fall, just making them work a bit harder for that kill. RPUs, the tower being lost in the mid lane though at the same time.
Yeah, they're trading well. I mean, they're taking tower mid. Also, Luna is farming the enemy jungle, so the Alchemist doesn't feel completely free. He's on 3k gold though, getting closer and closer to the relic. But overall, if you are Neon, even though you lost that fight bottom, you're not sad about what's happening on the map.
Tango trying to bait some information here. There's Abed. He pops his haste rune and looks for Abed, trying to surround him. There's the Sonic Wave available. Gotta remember that Sonic Wave will push the Pango away. Just trying to bait out Tims. He's trying to go for the suicide jump out, but not going to work out. Not really suicide jump. That's the old one. And as you can see, Ken's being pushed away by the Sonic Wave, so Abed's fine.
Yeah, but it damages the camp, and now Luna is gonna just come in and finish it off. It's like on 50% HP. You know, like, one thing that I'm noticing in SEA, I mean, this is, in general, this is the case in every region that I'm watching right now, but in SEA in particular, the teams that have carries that are more active, no matter what the state of the game is, usually are the ones that win.
JG, there's an Arcane Rune saved up for Ken. They're making some moves toward the mid area. The whole team of Neon is around here. Carlo has Egg. Abed 60 seconds for ult. Arena is also up, but that 4 points Shadow Strike. Really not moving anywhere when you get hit by it. Alk also decides to TP away from top. No longer safe to be, but that Radiance has been slowed down just a little bit with that one kill they got in the top lane. It has definitely helped out a bit.
Even the stacks that they stole, and look at Alchemist right now, he's forced to wait like 20 seconds for the camps to respawn. Meanwhile, if that wasn't the case, he'd already have the gold. Like, it's all about, like, early on, slowing down Alchemist really
Yep.
helps out a lot in the long run.
It definitely does. It's all the early moves. When you get to the Radiance, things get so much faster. His farm pace just increases by a massive amount, like percentage-wise. We all know we love percentages, right, Lizard? We've got Blacklist in the middle with a smoke, and Neon with a counter smoke. Blacklist is currently sticking on the high ground. Gabby's smoke will pop, and Castaways also as well. So now they know something is up. The Radiance is ready. Alka's moving away. I don't think Neon's going to be able to capitalize on this because there's nobody to be seen.
If you love percentages, Ricky, did you know that 10% of 90 is the same like 90% of 10? Did you know? Like, it's crazy math.
It's crazy math indeed.
You knew it?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Fancy Pants. Did you know that imaginary number on power of imaginary is real? There you go. Pango.
Yeah,
Unreal.
That's irrelevant information. I don't think about that. Gabby might have landed the RP to get a Ken kill, but he will die. Tim's trying to hold him down, but an Eclipse use as well. Carlo will drop. That's the first Eclipse of the game for CDR. And he will score a secondary. He's farming the enemy jungle here at the same time. Well, Castaway, he was looking at a Wisdom Rune, but he was already taken by Carlo before. Now a smoke in the enemy side of the map.
What he did do, though, he TP'd in, by the way, not on the Wisdom Rune. He TP'd in, perhaps because of the Wisdom Rune, but most importantly to ward up. Like, look at these wards from Radiant.
Abed, by the way, he's out of mana.
Super deep.
The Diffusal Blade is preventing Abed from escaping, and here comes the smoke. It finally seems to connect on top of Abed, and this is a very dead Queen of Pain. That Diffusal Blade, it's coming
Alchemist
perfect for Ken, and now they can hunt the Alchemist as well. There's Castaway teleporting in as well with the Furion, and it's a 4 versus 1 fight. You've got Phoenix coming in from the back, but he can't do anything to save his buddy.
Maybe
and
Phoenix
he just
as
got
well
2 big kills. You could maybe even get a third. There's the Wild Spear flying in, but it will not hit the bird.
That's probably from Blacklist, man. That was probably the worst save body syndrome ever. And it goes in, just tosses unstable concoction. And they're like, oh, there's an alchemist. Nice bonus. The best bonus you can get. Now Queen feels like a bonus, and Alchemist is the prize. Nicely done. Yeah.
Very messy from Blacklist, but Neon are making the exact right moves they're supposed to be doing. Now they kill a 3rd core in a row. It's Gabby's Magnus that falls. And everything is just going right for Neon. This team is impressing me already in this game, number 1. But Blacklist, wakey, there's a game going on.
Yeah, they had too much fun yesterday. Their games were pretty damn easy. This one does not look that way. Neon, too much fresh talent on their side.
6,000 lead versus an Alchemist. You could technically say this is like a 9k, 10k lead already at this point of the game, because usually Alchemists have at least 2,000 to 3,000 gold of an advantage by this time. So don't let the numbers fool you too much. Beautiful bunk on 3. They're dropped low. Tims will die to the singular swashbuckle with a DD rune, and Carlo with Abed. Got all of their ults ready. They've got RP ready. Gabby, if he can land a big RP, that could change the whole thing. Or Raven already down a half HP. There we go. CDR. He doesn't get skewered. The BKB will turn it around. Raven's already down. Gabby's about to fall. There's an egg that will explode. And a Sonic Wave does connect onto 2. It doesn't hit any other heroes. Castaway's already aggressively teleporting in for vision. And he's caught Abed. 3 seconds for a blink available. Can Ken finish him off before he does? The Rolling Thunder's going to be there. But he dies inside of the Sprout.
He's going for Phoenix.
And onto Carlo they go as well. Ken will just right-click him down. That's a double kill for the Pango. 4 kills for Neon. And Blacklist is getting... I mean, they're literally the mop that's being put into the water bucket. And they're just getting slammed on the ground here.
Yep. I mean, 5 kills, right? Techies died first. He instantly...
and that too, yeah. Technically team wipe.
They got wiped. Overall,
and he's going to die again, so there's that.
This game might be already over. Like, at this point, I hate to call it, but it will be very, very difficult. You have a Magnus, right? But it will be very difficult for them to make a full comeback. They need some crazy high ground defenses with skewer backs. You still have an Alchemist, but your Alchemist is way too far behind the Luna. That's 4k gold behind the Luna. quite
Perfect game for
significant.
CDR so far.
Yep, he's gonna finish off his butterfly soon as well. And the main guy, like, that's allowing all of this to happen, I would actually say is Castaway, like on his Nature's Prophet. Their warding is way too deep for Blacklist. They're, of course, they can't take any good fights where they're constantly under vision. Like, there's a lot of info on them. And they have a tier 2 token on the ground. Okay, Phoenix got it.
Raven's got a lot of work to do here on this Alchemist. You've got to maximize your farm to the absolute limit here. And then try to benefit from that Empower from Gabby. It's still a good RP egg combo. Can turn things around, but for now, none of these engagements they've had have not worked at all in their favor. And they're going for the gate play. They're under... Well, they're actually not under vision, but they spot the Magnus while they're doing Roshan. Two things at the same time, and Gabby submits to his fate. Radiant scan as well. Dude, these guys are on fire. They're going to triangle next. Sadly, they won't catch Raven. But this is really impressive. Like, fast gameplay, doing multiple things at the same time. You don't need 5 guys in Roche Pit with Luna with this much farm. They're just hunting kills all over the map, getting another objective at the same time, being active, constantly discussing what's the next thing we want to do, and already like 2 steps ahead of what they're planning. Now they spot Tim's. Okay, the smoke pops from Bombi. They don't quite see him.
Yeah, in a game such as this one, I think there's just blood in your eyes. You don't have to. You don't have to.
You don't really need
much.
to slow down. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just going one after another. Your vision is constantly there. It's constantly being refreshed. You know at every single point in the game, you know where they are or have a good guess. That's why Quap is like that. That's why he's farming where he's farming. Like, he's just trying to hide at this point, but. You can't do a lot. Look at Gabby. Like, he comes out, he might be caught already. You know, like, it's very difficult.
He gets to blink
has to blink back. Yeah, he has to blink back. But this is the problem, right? He needs his BKB, and he's just like trying to juke the position 4 or 5 on the other side. It's not a good place to be in.
Yeah, not at all. Usually, when you scout an enemy support like that, you just take the jump, you skewer. Start hammering them down, but now you're afraid of the enemy supports. Already getting into your head, understanding how far behind you are.
There is still no BKB on either of the cores on Dire, no Magnus BKB. Oh, and of course no Alchemist BKB yet, which is even worse. Some of the camps are blocked as well, some farmed. This is pretty much, once this Talisman of Evasion is up for Luna, which will be up after the Tormentor, she's probably gonna take it. I see no reason for them not to try and push high ground. Of course, it is the most dangerous thing that you can do, in general, in the game, but you're so far ahead, the only thing you have to worry about is getting skewered too far back. If you kill this tower, they cannot defend anymore. That's the problem. Like, if you're Blacklist, you have to. Yeah, you have to.
But they don't have Alk and they don't have the Magnus. They're both elsewhere. Now Gabby finally teleports in, but they've already moved away. You can just continue Cold Brace and spamming this Luna. Regenerate up.
You know what? Like, they don't have BKB on Mars. If they could kill off Mars easily with some Orchid Skewer back, that would be huge.
CDR gonna... Oh, the arena comes out, blocks out the escape from Magnus. It was a good idea, but JG again on top of his game. Castaway, though, fighting versus Hobbit and Raven. They're focusing the Nature's Prophet, and he goes down. Buyback does come out from Gabby. Still has the RP. Blink RP is available. Yeah. Egg will explode. Connects onto nobody. CDR down to the low ground. There's Raven. And Gabby, what does he do? Who does he grab? He's only got the Mars. Ken just dodged it. Orbit is so low on HP. One more hit should do it, but he's going to escape for the time being. But gets sniped by the Swashbuckle. And Raven is going to fall as well. And Blacklist are losing this game. Neon's running them over. And there's the GG call. 22 minutes. Yep. This team coming in with a blitz for game 1 in the morning series for SCA.